So for many years at Homeboy, we've always dreamed about having a gym. And we would have these little makeshift gyms. Sometimes we would bring some weights or people would donate some equipment and we would put it out in the parking lot and we would work out. Or sometimes we didn't even have equipment. We would just go to the parking lot and work out on our own. Sometimes we'd go to the park. Sometimes we would run. There was years where we would all meet up in the morning and we would go for a jog. We always try to have some form of exercise implemented into the program there at Homeboys. But it was just one of those things where there were so many other competing priorities, like making sure that homies had housing or making sure that people were being able to go to like treatment or rehab. It's pretty much like triage. We're just trying to help the next person that's in front of us. So for a long time, I'd have to say it wasn't like a top priority for us to have a Homeboy gym until recently. Actually, the homie Campbell was one of the first ones to really get us connected with some real equipment, and then we put it outside in the parking lot, and we got busy. You know, it was like a little concrete yard. And then the interesting thing is this: not a lot of women worked out there, and we kind of always wondered why, but we also kind of knew why. It was like male dominant, you know, and it kind of resembled the prison yard a little bit. So a lot of women wouldn't go out there, and we would try, you know, to like partner with some of the women at Homeboy and invite them. It just was the where it was at and kind of how it was structured. It was just very male dominant until recently. We ended up getting a huge donation from the Tyson Foundation, and we were able to build the Homeboy Gym. And this new initiative was like, you know, it was one of it has the biggest impact in our community currently. Like it was one of those things where it was like a atom bomb. It like hit and then it just kind of rippled across the community. And so many women are now training in this space. Not only training in this space, so many women are leading in this space, which makes me think about my next guest, Maggie Oshla. I want to introduce you and welcome you to the show, to the Say Less podcast, powered by Tepito Coffee, and just really give you your flowers for being one of the first women in the history of Homeboys to really like take on that space and to like dominate and also lead and really lead that space and invite others. You know, you make all the homegirls and all the women that are there at our organization comfortable. And then you also like have a presence, you know, that's just real leadership, and you're right there competing, you're powerlifting, and you're also helping other people train and get to that place where you're at, you know, to be comfortable in your own skin. So anyway, I'm really grateful that you're here, Maggie, and we're just going to get right into it.
I'm going to start crying.
Thank you. Good. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me here. It's a very big opportunity for me. Everything that you've helped me with, it's been a blessing. Thank you for being there. I appreciate your presence too.
Likewise.
Just to meet you in general, I'm grateful for that.
Thank you so much. Let's start back at the beginning. You know, kind of tell me where you were raised, how you were raised, and what your upbringing was like.
It's gonna be a long story, but I grew up in the area of Westlake MacArthur Park, right here near Los Angeles, downtown LA. It's a very tough area to grow up in. It's full of like gangs, violence, drugs, prostitution, anything you could think of. Just like South Central, there's shootings right here. The close I've heard of shooting is in the back of my alleys. I've been shot at as well in my area. But the way I grew up is I grew up in a domestic violence home. My father, he was a very strict man, very tough on me, very physically abusive. Used to beat on me and my mom, and that kind of got me distant from my family. I got out of elementary, and as soon as I started middle school, I was only 11, started getting into drugs. I felt like I had more freedom because my parents were always worried about themselves and their situation at home. And I started escaping more a lot, especially at school. I'll ditch school a lot and started meeting friends, and these friends did take me to go do things we weren't supposed to do. And at the age of 11, I started smoking weed, and I started doing meth. At the age of 12, I started drinking a lot. And then after that came other more drugs, cocaine, Molly, Xannies, pills, like anything you could think of. I started being an addict. I became more of a meth addict for the ages of 11 till I turned 18. And the only reason why I got sober after I turned 18 was because I went to county, and I did a little bit of time. I got out, and I got on probation, and the first thing they told me was go back to school. So I started going to school, and I got clean. I got pregnant. I had my daughter, and I stopped using meth. I am now 10 years sober off meth.
Right.
Yeah.
Heck
So,
yeah.
but that was, that was just a piece of me being sober. I did continue to use, and it just kept getting worse a little bit after that. But my parents were the reason why I started involving myself in the streets.
Okay. Where were your parents from?
We're from Guatemala.
Okay.
Yeah, my family is not no gang relation, nothing. We don't have history like that.
Okay.
My parents bring crianzas antiguas from over there, and that's how I was raised. Very strict parents, but I still disobeyed. I was very reckless as a child.
Did they work a lot?
Things.
Was that a lot of the stuff why kind of how they might not have been there, or like what was the situation with them?
And you know what's crazy? My father, he's never done any drug in his life.
Okay.
He doesn't drink. He doesn't touch anything. He's naturally like that. He was a very angry man.
Okay.
But I don't know what happened. I just remember being a kid. At the age of 8, he switched up, kind of just became aggressive after that, and kind of taught me a lot of anger.
Okay.
I learned aggressiveness, physically aggressiveness. Like I'll get into fights a lot. I don't know. It just kind of started happening, and then on top of that, using.
Okay.
It just elevated from there. But I got in trouble a lot as a kid. I started getting locked up at the age of 14. Went to juvie, got out, went back in, and then as soon as I turned 18, I've been going to county ever since. And thankfully, I haven't hit prison, which I'm very grateful for. But I'm not born here. So I'm from Guatemala. I did come here when I was 6 months. So I was raised here.
Yeah.
But that right there has always stopped me from reaching the point of going to prison.
Okay.
Just because, like I'm a grown person now, and I do have my daughter.
Yeah.
So that's not something I want to do for myself, So
yeah. So that kind of prevented that, which is good. Also, too, the experience.
In a way, in a way. But for some reason, I've always been like salada en la vida. Like a mí siempre me pasan las cosas.
Okay, what does it mean? Dime, what did you say? Como
like,
salada?
Estoy bien salada. So that means like I've always had bad luck.
Okay.
Like the life just seems to throw like salt on me all the time.
Okay.
Bad things always happen to me, and I've been trying to better myself, do good by people, be genuine, just so bad things won't happen to me. But either way, life be lifing.
Yeah,
but
life does life. For
you live
sure.
and you learn from a lot of things that you go through.
You've had to overcome a lot.
Yeah.
And you have a really, from what I see, is like this resilience in you. And that you continue to push forward. Where did that come from?
Just from tired of being tired.
Yeah.
I've been to the point where I've dropped down to my knees and huddled into a ball in my bathroom and just, wondered why things happen to me the way they do. Because I'm only 5 feet tall and I'm a small person, and I still manage to overcome so many big situations.
Yeah.
I've been shot at. I've been jumped plenty of times. I've been cracked with things in the head. I've been in toxic relationships where my partners have abused me, verbally abused me, mentally abused me. I've been sexually abused. I've been almost kidnapped. It's been a a real tough road, but despite all those things, I'm still managing to control my anger. I'm still learning to grow as a person. I'm still learning to show love to people who don't even deserve it. But every day it's a challenge. I'm just learning as I go. Life doesn't come with a handbook. So it's something we all have to experience. We got to hit rock bottom in order for us to uplift ourselves and keep pushing, you know?
Yeah.
But despite of all these things that have happened to me, I got into a car accident last year, and it's been literally a whole year now. Out of all the things that have happened to me in my life, this car accident changed my life completely. I was with a person that was driving recklessly right here in Azusa Crest Highway, and our car fell off a cliff for speeding, and I was conscious the whole time.
Wow.
I felt every slam that the car hit against the hill going down, and our car landed upside down. And I was doing things I wasn't supposed to do. I was drinking and doing other things, and when I was falling in that car, all of that like highness that I was feeling, it all just left in a split second.
Damn.
When you're in something like that, for me, my experience, the first thing that came to my head was, it's really true when they say that life really flashes before your eyes. All I was thinking as I was falling down, it felt like a lifetime. I was just waiting for it to stop, and I was just thinking how I didn't say bye to my mom that day. How I left my daughter at my friend's house to go do stupid shit that I wasn't supposed to do. How I didn't take out the trash like my mom asked me to. How I should have stayed home, and I knew it in my gut that I should have stayed home that night. A whole bunch of things ran through my head. As soon as the car hit the floor, thank you. I was holding on to the handle that's right there in the roof, and then I pressed my legs onto the sides of the seat really hard. I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and thankfully I didn't eject out the car.
Damn.
So as soon as the car landed upside down, I let myself go, and I felt this excruciating pain in my back. And I thought it was just like, just because we just got smacked by the car, inside. So I crawled to the back, and I couldn't. I laid right there real quick just because I was in shock. I was like, shit, we just left. It wasn't even 3 minutes in the car, and we already flew off a cliff. So as soon as I felt that, I started seeing gas leaking from the car. The car turned on fire a little bit, and then my friend who I was with started grabbing dirt, started trying to turn it off, and it just wasn't. And I crawled myself out the car, and as soon as I crawl out, I try to stand up, and I fall right back to the floor, and I couldn't walk. So my friend helped me. As soon as we're walking at a distance, the car explodes.
Damn.
Bursted into flames. And it's crazy because everything happened at 3 a.m. My phone was on 10%. There's nobody around, no light, no signal. And I'm thankful for iPhones that they have emergency SOS on them. I pressed that, and they were able to locate me. And when the car exploded, I guess people seen it from a distance. There was more people up, further away. These two cars came down, and they helped me. They got us in the car and gave us a ride so we could go more lower down the hill so we could get signal. The only light up there is the moon's light. That's the only thing you could see, and the stars, because it's so dark up there. And then as soon as we go down, we waited a little bit. The ambulance came. I got airlifted in a helicopter. I've never flown in the sky before. I've never been in an airplane before. For my first time, they took me to Lancaster, and they told me right there that I broke my spine. I broke my spine. I fractured both sides of my pelvic bone, and I fractured front and back both sides of my ribs. So as soon as they told me that, I felt like, what am I gonna do with my life, you know? Because I've been in the gym for years before that happened. I was being consistent, and as soon as he told me that, he gave me two options. Either you heal naturally, no surgery, but you're going to be on bed rest for more than 6 months and you're not going to be able to move whatsoever. But even then, when you heal, we're not sure if your spine will ever be the same. Okay, second option. You get a surgery, you get 10 screws on your spine, but it's a 50-50 that you'll be paralyzed.
Damn.
And I had to process it real quick. My mom came, my brother came. That's all I have. Just my mom and my brother. I have nobody else. And I don't talk to my brother. I haven't talked to my brother for other reasons. And that day when he stepped into the hospital room, he broke down in tears. I've never seen him like that. I seen an emotion in him that he's never shown before, and that really hurt my heart. He came to the side of the bed, hugged me so tight, kissed my forehead, and he just told me he loved me. And then the doctor talked to them, told them we made a decision. I guess I'll get the surgery. I didn't want to be on bed rest. I didn't want to end up with a messed up spine, knowing that like maybe I won't heal right. And then I got the surgery. I got 10 screws on my spine now. And they had me up and walking by the second day of my surgery.
Wow.
They pushed me. They were not playing. The physical therapists right there were like, you got to get up. You want to stay like this? You got a daughter. Like, you're right. I got up. I forced myself. Never felt no pain like that. And I don't wish that on nobody, not even my worst enemy. But it's crazy too because 10 months before that, I got hit by a car. I was bike riding because I bike ride. And it was 2 a.m. too. I was coming from a friend's house, and I got hit by a car from the back.
Damn.
So imagine you're bike riding, you're minding your business, you're looking forward, you got your AirPods on, you're listening to your music, and all you feel is a big boom from the back.
And that one, was it? Did it injure you pretty bad?
No, thankfully,
okay.
no. With the grace of God, no. I didn't get hurt. I didn't break anything. I slammed pretty hard on the concrete floor from this side of my body, and nothing happened to me. Yeah, I was good.
And this other one came.
I was up and walking by the week, like, you know, I just didn't want to harm myself by moving too fast, so I took my time with that. And yeah, 10 months later, I got into another one.
Damn.
And yeah, that's, out of all the things that have happened to me, like,
that was it.
That was it.
And in that instance, you felt like that was a paradigm shift, and you changed your life.
That was God's calling for sure.
Okay.
He was literally telling me, you got to sit down. You got to calm down. I was doing too much. I was abusing too much. I couldn't stop. But even then, not going to lie, after my surgery, I felt like my family and just people in general expected me to just fix my life right there and then, you know? And especially my mom, she will pressure me a lot to have a lot of faith in God and just commit to God and do right by him because he gave me a second chance in life, right? It was a lot of pressure. I was good. I was good for a couple months. And as soon as I started walking, I relapsed.
Okay.
I relapsed again. I relapsed one too many times. And it's been a year exact on March 28th. This March 28th that just passed became a year. But even then, me using, I still found myself in a spot where bad things were still happening to me.
Okay.
Being at Homeboys, things just fell right into place because
Tell me about that. Yeah.
I had my group of friends.
Okay.
I fell off with my friends.
Okay.
And as soon as I fell off, I started keeping to myself just to try to avoid problems, just to try to avoid drama. And
how did you find out about Homeboys?
I started doing community service.
Okay.
I caught a case and they told me to do community service. They gave me 300 hours.
All right.
So I did 5 months of community service at Homeboys. Literally after that is when I got into my accident.
Okay.
I was out for 4 months. And
well, you had already started the community service?
yeah.
Then you got into your accident?
Mm-hmm. I started in January 2024, my community service. And then but yeah, that happened, and that's how I became part of Homeboys. As soon as I came back, I gave myself some time.
Okay.
Literally 9 months after my surgery, that's when they opened up the gym. They made it bigger.
9 months after? Let me ask you this. The first gym, you remember it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
All
was still hanging out there for a bit. Yeah.
It was just a different vibe, huh?
Yeah. It was
and you know,
less energetic than what it is now.
I mean,
sure.
we did the best we could with what little bit we had, right?
Yeah, of course.
But when this gym, now let me ask you this. Did you start to hear that we were going to work on a gym, or you didn't know it?
No, I didn't know.
You didn't know?
No. And
when did you realize? Go ahead.
I wasn't really paying attention to the
Okay.
gym just because I couldn't move. I couldn't lift or do certain things yet. So I didn't really mind the gym. I'll just go and hang out because everybody else will, you know?
Yeah.
And it'll be like rare when you'll see like men working out and stuff.
Yeah, it was just more just kicking it, huh?
And then I started doing breath and balance with Campbell.
Oh, is that right?
That's when I started noticing that, there's classes like physical activity classes. So I started getting into it. And
tell me about the breath and balance.
he teaches you how to breathe. And that's something we do. So it's crazy that exists, you know, teaching somebody else how to breathe.
Right. And how that regulates your nervous system, right?
And it helps a lot.
Like we got the what do we do? The square breathing one? How does
box
that
breathing.
Box breathing, right? And what is that one? Share that list, because I think this could be even helpful for people that are watching.
So he's had a couple other like little routines that you could do, but this is
one. We do the one with 4. Is it?
So you breathe in for 4.
Okay.
You hold it in for 4, and then you release for 8.
Got
Yeah,
you.
so for 8 seconds.
So we go.
The longer the release, the better you're supposed to feel.
Breathe in for 4.
Yeah.
Hold it in for 4,
and then
release for 8.
Yeah, make your exhale like longer.
So
than
let's
your
do it. It
inhale.
goes like this. It goes. And that's something that literally will regulate your nervous system.
Yeah.
Correct?
If you really pay attention to your body, you really get in the zone and you concentrate, because that involves a lot of it too. You can't just breathe and focus on something else. No, you have to concentrate and get in the zone. But that
being present with yourself, right?
Yeah, that is one of the things that I learned how to do, and it's really helped me out a lot. I get anxiety a lot.
Okay.
I go through depression a lot. I'm a very emotional person.
Okay.
So I'm constantly dealing with my own emotions, and I'm fighting my own demons, my own emotions and stuff. So breathing helps me a lot.
So that was the first thing you started getting involved with then, was the breath and balance.
No, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then he started teaching how to squat one day.
Okay.
And I seen, and I didn't think that I was able to squat, and I just told myself, like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse my language.
Oh no, go ahead, don't trip.
So I went and I grabbed the bar
Okay.
and I squatted, and I didn't feel no pain on my back. So I started doing that, and I have a very good squat because I've always squatted back then. So, and it surprised me too because of the fact that I broke both sides of my pelvic bone.
Okay.
So the joint from your thigh that connects inside your pelvic bone. So that thing that allows your bones to like screw or whatever, that little part is where I broke. So, and I couldn't like open my legs or like, you know, split my legs or anything of that kind. Like even going up the stairs was very painful. Anything that involved with my hips was very painful. So when I did that squat, Campbell seen, and he gave me props for having a good squat. And once he told me that, low-key kind of like motivated me, like, oh shit, this is a real coach and he's telling me I'm doing good, and this is even after my spine surgery. So that made me feel really good. And then after that, it just kind of took it day by day, class by class, and then next thing you know, they started moving everything to the back, and that shocked me a lot because I was like, what?
Where's the gym
like this
going
gym's
now?
been here for years. Like, why are they gonna change it? And then it felt all right into place in my life, just for the fact that I lost my group of friends. I stopped trying to use. I was just trying to better myself. I needed to focus on myself, on my mental health, everything that just involves in making a person, right?
Yeah.
So I started being by myself, keeping to myself. Soon as the gym opened in the back, it was just something else.
Yeah.
It was something else. Literally changed my life for sure, because I started hanging out more right there, you know? And
kind of made it like your space, right?
Yeah, because I started moving more.
Okay.
I started stretching more, and I started noticing changes in my body where I'm like, oh, like I could do this. Like I don't feel no pain. So I started taking it slow. And then it's only been like 4 months.
Okay.
It's only been 4 months since you guys opened the gym.
Did you notice like the progression that was coming? You noticed yourself? Like,
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I took a lot of pictures of myself, videos of like how I started to where I am now.
Okay.
I was really like, I looked malnourished. I wasn't healthy. I didn't even feel right in my own body anymore. Because I just got right out of surgery. Your body's different. When I got into my car accident, all the hard work I did for like almost 3 years being consistent, gaining muscle, all my gains, you know, everything that I worked hard for, I lost it within 2 weeks of my surgery.
Gotcha.
I went from being like 160 and I went down to like 140 something.
Wow.
I lost a lot of weight.
Okay.
I got really skinny, my muscles left, everything, and that really put me down a lot, you know, because I'm used to feeling good. I'm used to being energetic and just feeling good in general. And then as soon as I started working out, I started feeling more of a difference and looking good. When you see progress in your body, that's a plus. That's just a plus. Where I started making progress was in my mental health.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Lifting weights is not just, okay, let me pick this bar up and let's see how strong I am. Oh no, you got to concentrate and connect with your muscles. You got to connect with your mind. You got to connect with your emotions. You got to get angry to pick up that weight. You know, like it's just, you got to be there. You got to do it on your own. And when you do that, it's another feeling. It's out of this world. It's just crazy what the human body could do, you know?
Yeah.
And just me being, you know, only 5 feet tall, I'm a very small person. So sometimes I look at the videos that I've taken of myself lifting and I'm like, damn, what the hell?
Like, and you lifting up all that weight,
yeah,
right?
because at a point, you know, I got scared that I'll never go back to the gym after my car accident. They told me that it was going to take over a year and a half for me to actually pull something up and pick something up. I couldn't bend over. I couldn't twist. I couldn't do certain things. I couldn't sit down for so long because my tailbone would start hurting. Everything. I couldn't run. Running shakes your spine up and down. I felt that.
Damn.
I felt that. Every time I ran, I'll feel my spine moving up and down. So me feeling that just made me feel like, nah, I got to get rid of this feeling. I got to get my body used to stretching and just moving in general. So I started doing it. And then next thing you know, me spending time in the back, I started connecting with more people, bonding with more people, building relationships, and especially building a strong bond with Campbell, my coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's amazing, huh?
He's the man.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
He's been supporting me. He's been my real big help. And it's crazy because I'm like, I grew up in Western MacArthur Park. It's just raza.
Yeah.
We don't
white
see
people,
white
huh?
people. You know, so I'm like, he's the first white person I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
He is. So I'm very grateful for that, man. He came at the right time. Perfect timing for my life. You know?
I'm very grateful for him as well.
Yeah, and Homeboys, you guys, everybody. Tyson, everybody.
Yup.
Everybody plays a part.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
And it doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
You know?
I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
appreciate you saying that because it does take a community. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, this is what it's really about. And I think we see that in the gym. Like, there's a community there.
And now there is.
It's not no one person or I did this. It's like collectively we're doing this together, right?
Yeah.
And progressing. At what point, so as you start to lift and get stronger, and then what you just described right now about you really got to be present.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's not just about your body, you know. It's your body, your mind, and your spirit, right?
Yeah, because like me as a person that I deal with anxiety and depression, I have PTSD as well. Being in the gym, especially on days that I don't want to get up, I just want to be in bed. I don't want to have no communication with anybody. Days that I do want to isolate myself, not even eat. Not even to get up, to go shower. I've had my days like that.
Okay.
But I don't know, being at Homeboys is a different energy, especially when people show you love. They say good morning. People give you hugs. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I've never had that. Never had so many people in the mornings like, hey, good morning. How are you? That goes a long way.
Yep. And you
really
are
does.
that as well because I see you doing that for others.
Yeah, I mean, I
You know,
learned.
it's contagious, huh?
Yeah, it really is because I'm a generous person. I'm very polite when it comes, you know, to the public or whatever. But being in a work environment, it's what is in a work environment without drama. But besides that, the love, the energy, the passion, you know, the just everybody being genuine, and you could tell when somebody is genuine. You feel it.
That's right.
You know, but being at Homeboys, like, I don't want to miss things at Homeboys.
Right.
A lot of things go down at Homeboys.
Right.
Like, so many doors open at Homeboys, and I don't want to miss anything just because I've never gotten anything in my life like that. I've never really accomplished things, and that goes for like just life things. Like I barely graduated high school in 2024. Barely. It took me. I'm 28. Took me 8 years to graduate high school, and that's by far the most that I've accomplished as in career-wise in my life.
That's a huge accomplishment. Huge, especially after everything that you've been through, homie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. All the stuff you had to go through to get where you're at. A lot of barriers. I mean, like how you started with just even the simple fact of growing up in that community. Like, it's rough, you know.
It
It's
really
rough
is,
for at some of the places where we come from. You know what I mean? And to be able to grow up there, to survive, and now to be doing what you're doing, you know, and having your sanity and everything, these accidents. So you got to give yourself props because you did that.
Yeah.
You know?
And my area is like, it was the beginning of it all. Because low-key, I think if it wasn't for my area, my parents would have to raise me in a different society, like, I don't know, probably like whitewashed or whatever. You know, I think I would have been a different person. I feel like my life would have turned out different, but it didn't. And, you know, fortunately, I grew up the way I did, but I'm grateful for everything that I've learned in this life. Because if it wasn't for all the experiences, I wouldn't be here now.
That's
right.
Know? And experiencing all these great things that you just described right now.
And every lesson I learned is I take it into consideration for my future choices, you know? Yeah. Try not to make the same mistakes, but like I say, you know, I'm still growing as a person, and it's a learning thing.
As you're growing, like, I want to know more, and also the listeners to also hear more about, like, what are some of the great things that are happening right now at the gym? Like, some of the personal development and professional development. Like, take me through some of that stuff and how, because you're really now, not Campbell's your coach, yes, but now you're really supporting Campbell, right?
Yeah.
And helping him build out all this programming. So tell me more about that.
Do like say about like what are the things that been happening to me, or just in
You
general?
whatever you feel. Whatever you feel.
Okay, well, so far, doors really open for me right there, especially for Campbell, because he just came up to me one day and he was like, "Hey, you want to be a coach?" And I was like, "What? Like a real coach, a fitness coach?" And he said, "Yeah." And then he was like, "We're doing coaches development," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, why
That's
not?"
right.
You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't deny no opportunity like
Right.
that. You know, I'll be dumb to pass some opportunity like that. And it's crazy because I've had one or two thoughts back then when I used to be in the gym. Like, I wonder what it's like to be a coach.
Wow.
You know, because I've been in the gym and I've had females come up to me and like ask me for tips. So when I've had that happen to me, I've always wondered, like, I wonder what it will be like to really be a trainer, because I'll see trainers at the gym and I'll see them with their clipboards and their timers and like, you know, trying to get people to move and stuff. And it always just made me wonder, but I never thought I would do it as a career, you know? So just me being at Homeboys and Campbell being there, he introduced that opportunity to me and I took it, and I'm going for my coach certification right now. Wow. I got my book, so I just got to do a study. Hopefully by the end of September or the end of October, I'll be licensed to be a fitness coach.
Wow, serious?
Yeah.
Tell me what that's like. Some of the stuff that you're learning, and
it's a long process.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna. It's hard, just like everything else, you know. But if you really want to do it, it's not gonna be hard. It's gonna be considered like a passion, you know. So I love it. I love it, and it's coming to me naturally. So everything I'm learning from Coach, I'm passing it on to everybody else. You know, all the knowledge that I'm receiving, I'm trying to help other people learn from all of that too. So it's amazing just what the steps that I'm going through to this, and that involves me training every day.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as I'm moving, you know. You have to eat very well. Don't forget to eat and hydrate. But that's another plus. And but training every day. I did my first weightlift competition.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
That was amazing. No, it was my second one, because the first one was just like a little smart charity event.
Okay.
But this one, it felt like the real deal.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Tell me about them both. Tell me about the charity event, and then tell me about this real, because this was a big one, the last one you guys went on, right?
So the big one... So the charity one is a small version of the big one.
Okay.
It was a smaller group, smaller gym. But the energy was amazing. The way people clap for you, the way people look at you and tell you, pick it up, you know?
Yeah, this is a competition, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and this is the charity one.
So share with us about what that competition is like, what you guys are doing, what type of movement are you guys doing?
So the first, so the competitions we enter is you deadlift 3 times. You have 3 chances to do a deadlift, a squat, and a bench press. But the first charity went, all we did was just deadlift. Okay. But it was our first time, my first time too. So we did small weights, and I go back to those videos now compared to what I'm lifting now. I'm like, I could have done better, you know? But
it was your start.
Yeah, that was the start.
And this is how development goes,
and
right?
I was so nervous for that charity event, because the way Coach made it seem, I was like, oh my God, there's gonna be so many people. It's it's gonna be an
Coach
audience.
takes everything serious.
Oh yeah,
You don't play.
And when you tell him you're gonna commit, he's gonna check you on that. You know, he's gonna be like, hey, what are you doing? Get your workout on. You know, he's gonna put you up on game, but. The first one, it was very amazing. We did very great. It was me, the homegirl Annalie, Milan, Lee. I forgot who else, right. But it was a couple of us, and we all did amazing.
Wow!
It's crazy to see your friends, your coworkers, or just people who you see on a daily do something big. You know, it's just, I love seeing my surroundings, my peers around me succeed in things they've never done before.
That's
you know,
right.
Make the uncomfortable comfortable.
Yeah.
So us doing that, it just low key, like, it hyped us up.
Okay.
So after we completed that little competition, Coach told us about a real bigger one.
Yeah. And how much
my
time
God.
did you have to get ready to prepare for the big event?
I think like 2 months.
Okay.
2 months, because
Okay.
it's only been like 4 or 5 months already.
Okay.
So, yeah, like
So you knew you had this competition coming, right? So tell me what the process was like for you to prepare for the competition.
Man, progression
Okay.
is one of the things that you need to learn in the fitness world.
What's
So
progression? Tell me
when you
about
start
progression.
working out and you're trying to lift heavy, you need to start off small.
Okay.
Day by day, you work out, you give yourself time to recover, you eat well, you sleep well, you lift well, you lift better when you take care of yourself. So, me doing that, it took a different experience for me to be like, okay, I gotta do this every day, because every day was a routine.
You have to commit to that routine,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, you
Okay.
have to. And if you don't do the workouts that coach gives you, I don't think you're gonna go anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're going to compete,
Yeah.
right?
So every week we upped our PR,
Okay.
our new weight.
Okay.
So every week we lifted heavier. Weeks went by, it was heavier. And it just kept progressing after that. That's the word, progression. 'Cause
Yeah,
every week you
got
add
you.
on bigger weights. You do different PRs and you just get better.
Okay.
You accelerate like that. And next thing you know, we were lifting a little heavy to get ready for a bigger lift
Okay.
at the competition. So the lift we were doing at the gym, it was nothing until the big day came. And coach asks you if you want to challenge yourself, you want to go for the highest weight, or you want to stick to what you've been lifting. Me personally, I wanted to challenge myself, and just me being in the competition, it was amazing. I deadlifted 260,
Damn.
265, and then I squatted 250.
Damn.
Yeah.
Serious?
With 10 screws on my spine.
Wow, man.
So
That's
I'm like,
huge.
you know,
Yup.
so I'm like, I've seen my changes. I've seen the progress that I've been making, and I'm still doing it, you know.
I can't, honestly, you know, as crazy as this sounds, I can't lift nowhere close to that weight on the deadlift or the squat.
You will, though.
Seriously.
You will.
I
And
know,
you go
but that's
back there
something
and
that,
be
yeah,
consistent,
that's
you know?
something that, like you said, you have to progress to do that. Out of all this, you know, everything you've been through, and then everything that you're learning right now in the fitness world, what is one of the biggest lessons that you learn in terms of development?
A lot is, but I think one of the first things is probably just learning how to communicate. Above all, you know, because everything else comes after, but learning how to talk to somebody, that's where I think it starts, because if you don't build a bond with that person, how are you going to be able to be around that person, work out around that person, or you teach that person what you've learned?
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm still learning,
Yep.
because you know, I'm a very emotional person. I sometimes let the things get the best of me, but coach has told me, you know, kind of sometimes to let your ego go, and you know, just be professional, have respect for people, and just empower, uplift. You know, this too shall pass towards everybody, and but I feel like it does start with communication.
Wow.
You know, because me just trying to get into the industry of teaching somebody else how to work out. Like, imagine you don't know how to talk to somebody, but you're telling that person lift that weight up. That person's not gonna want to lift that up with no enthusiasm as you're telling them.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta tell them, you gotta lift that shit up. You know.
Yeah.
You want bigger legs, right? You want bigger arms, right? You want to be healthier, right? Come on. You're going to do it because you're going to do it. You're going to get there because you're going to get there. The devil works hard. The devil works hard, and it's going to bring you down. A lot of things are going to bring you down. Your mind, your thoughts, The thoughts is what literally kills us. It's a disease. Overthinking, you're overthinking. Yeah. Thinking you're not good enough for this? No. That's not true.
That's right.
We're all good enough for everything.
That's right.
We came into this world for a reason. We're here for a reason. And after I had my car accident, I've always wondered my whole life too, just because I haven't succeeded in things. I've always wondered what my purpose is in this world, on this earth, in this lifetime. And me experiencing the things I am now, just trying to grow as a person. Because I'm trying to break bad habits, you know? And me growing as a person, I have to change, you know? I have to...
And we all do.
Show different. I have to be different. So that has a lot to do with everything I'm doing now, you know?
Yep.
And it's a life-changing experience for sure. I'm like really thinking about the whole thing. I'm like, damn, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, lately it's been a lot of things going down, and I'm just very blessed to be here, you know?
Yeah, same. Let me ask you this before we wrap. What is your hope for yourself, the first one? And then the second one's going to be, what is your hope for the Homeboy Gym?
For myself, my first hope would be just to succeed, you know? To make things happen for myself. Try to outgrow old habits and keep pushing forward. The experiences I've had has always made me think that maybe I don't have a place in this earth, but that now that I have a second chance to actually make things better for myself, I found my purpose. I think this is it.
That's right.
I still have a lot of things that I want to do, but I think this is it. Yeah.
That's right.
I think I'm meant to help people, because I connect with a lot of people. I like to engage with people's emotions. I like to sympathize, like, you know. And if it wasn't for me, I'm grateful that I'm emotional, honestly, because if I were to be a cold person, I don't think I'll be connecting with the people I do now, you know. And that's...
Oh, yeah. That's a really good like insight to have, that you're emotional but you're okay with it, because that allows you to connect with people, to have empathy for people. That's a really good insight to have.
Yeah, a lot of people come to the back sad, angry, happy, and all types of emotions.
Going through different things, right?
Yeah, and I've dealt with people who had bad days, but still, we make those days better by releasing it into workouts, because you sweat it out.
Yeah.
You release that emotion. Every anger you have, you're putting it into your push-ups, you're putting it into your burpees, into whatever into whatever weights you're lifting. All that anger, all that sadness, everything, even your happiness goes right there.
Wow.
As soon as you stop that workout, you're finished with whatever sets.
You're done.
You go home.
Yeah.
Feel good, you sleep good. For me, every time I finish a workout, I always pray, and I'm always thankful to God just for the fact that I have 10 screws on my spine. I broke plenty bones in my body, and I'm still back in the gym, something that I thought I wouldn't do, and I thought it was over for me.
Wow.
I'm grateful for you guys.
That's right. Likewise.
You guys made it happen for me.
So with that, also, what is your hope for the Homeboy Gym? What do you hope to see in the near future for the Homeboy?
I want more girls in there.
Yeah?
I want all the women.
That's right.
Everybody, no matter the age.
All right.
At the competition, I seen an older lady, older, even with her breathing tank.
What?
She lifted at the competition.
Yeah.
So for her to do that, I'm like, dude.
So you want all the homegirls.
All the homegirls.
Whoever's listening,
yes.
There's a place, there's a spot for you at the Homeboy Gym.
Come to the back. Yes.
Come to the back, check it out. And I'm just so grateful that you're going to continue to be there supporting Campbell, and you're going after your coach's degree. and we're just gonna continue to work out, train, and develop.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really grateful
Thank you.
for having you on the show and having you share your story. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Serio.